If you're in pain and you want to get started with a routine to help you get out of pain, block therapy can be the answer that you're looking for. All you need is a bath-sized towel and 3 minutes. So hello, my name is Catherine and I support people to free themselves from pain so that they move pain-free every day. So let's get started. So get a bath-sized towel and you want to fold it up. So fold it in half and then fold it in half again and then fold it one more time. So you've got a long cylinder shape and now you want to tightly roll it up. So start on one end and then as tight as you can roll up the towel. We want this to be as tight as possible to get that firm surface for you to lie on. The towel can be bigger than a bath-sized towel, but it shouldn't be any smaller, so you don't want to be using a hand towel, a bath towel or a bath sheet, so that you've got some winding up to be able to have it firm. So this is the block therapy block, and it's similar size to this. Now there's different ways to get into the first position, and the first position we always do is the belly position. We want to connect to the breath. So if you can, you want to be lying on the towel. So to start off with, you may want to do this in bed just to feel how it feels on a softer surface than the floor. So it's the same principle as lying on the floor. You want to find your belly button area and you want to put the towel horizontally. So you can hold onto the towel or you can place it on the bed and then come slowly down. So you might want to put a bobble or elastic band around it so it doesn't come undone as well. The reason I've not done that is because sometimes you might want to loosen it, so it might be too tight to start off with, and you can do that. So just slowly lower yourself down. Find roughly your belly button. Don't worry exactly where you are, so just in that area. And then if you can stay up on your elbows, then do so. If you can't, you can come all the way down, but that might add more pressure. But what we don't want to be doing is shrugging up into the neck. We want to make sure that the shoulders are back and down, there's no tension. So you can put a pillow, support cushions underneath the upper body if you're not able to come and lie all the way down. And now we want to connect to the breath. So we want to connect to the inhalation phase of the breath. So breathing in, if you can, through your nose. And as you breathe in through your nose, we do that for a count of 4. You want to feel the breath coming from the stomach. So feel your stomach pushing on the towel, sort of lifting you up, and then you want to exhale through the nose for a count of 6, and you want to imagine that belly button's going to the spine so that you're getting lighter in that area, and you want to stay in this position for 3 minutes. Now if you can't, if it's taking your breath away, you're not able to breathe in a relaxed way, then all you're going to do is place your hands under your shoulders and exhale up and get out of position. But if you can, you want to stay in this position for 3 minutes. You will feel pain, there's a lot of inflammation in this area, undigested food, waste that's not been eliminated. You can stay longer than 3 minutes if it feels good for you. And then, as I said, when you're ready, you just exhale out. Now, if that's too intense, you can loosen the towel, or you can try doing it on your stomach. So you would just lie down and you would place the towel. So you can do this in bed again, place the towel on your stomach, and then you would use your hands and you would add pressure. Now I want to make sure we're not adding tension into the shoulders, so just pushing down. And again, you want to breathe in for a count of 4, so you feel that belly expand. And then out for a count of 6, feel that belly going small. And we don't want to really be hearing the breath. We want the breath to be full and complete but not forced. So again, that takes a little bit of time. And then when you're ready, you can just take the towel off after the 3 minutes. Now, one other alternative is to do it on a chair, which I'll just show you now. This from a side view so that you can see a little bit better. So tightly roll up that towel, just find your belly button and place your hands on your towel on the stomach and then pressing in. And then you can start to lean forward. So you just connect to that breath again, so breathing in for a count of 4. And it will push the towel away so you can add that pressure with your hands, and then breathing out for a count of 6, and that's where you can push the towel in as the belly goes small, and then you can start to lean forward. And then you should be able to position it so it's snuggled into your legs and your stomach, and you can let go with your hands. But you might want to hold it still to help push a little bit further, And then just keep breathing in for a count of 4, out for a count of 6, and just lowering yourself. You can even, when you get lower, hold on to your legs, you can dangle your arms. So just connecting to that breath and staying in this position for a minimum of 3 minutes, or until you feel that you want to come out of position. You may not be able to do this for 3 minutes straight away, and you may feel a little bit lightheaded as well when you first come out of position, because we're connecting to the breath, but we're also coming down and looking down. So just, your breath is always your guide, and take it at your pace as well. So this is the first position that we do in a block therapy class, and it's the first position I'd recommend that you do when you're starting with block therapy. So what we are doing is creating space in the body. So when we collapse forward, our shoulders come forward, we lose this space in the core. By placing the towel in this area, we can create that space again, because we're decompressing this area. When we connect to the breath, we're inflating this area, so that the area that we're creating the space, we're inflating it with the breath. And when we breathe diaphragmatically through the diaphragm rather than the chest, we get 6 times more oxygen in the body. So we're helping to bring that oxygen into the body. We're releasing those restrictions, helping us bring our shoulders back and down, creating the space that's been lost in this core. And just 3 minutes a day, you can start to see changes. The key is to be consistent. So if you can do it every day, even if you do it more than once in the morning, once in the evening, that will help you to also connect to that diaphragmatic breath, but to create the space in your body. And you'll feel that it's easier to bring your shoulders back and down. It won't feel as hard to be sitting up tall, sitting up straight, because you're creating that space that's been lost through that collapse into the core. Now, there are so many other positions that you can do. This is just the first position, and I hold online classes where we cover the whole of the body. So whether your pain is in your shoulder, in your hip, in your knee, we will cover the whole of the body, because it isn't just where the pain is surfacing is where we need to focus. So as we collapse into the core, that's going to affect the shoulders because they're rounding forward. It's also going to affect the hips. So we need to be looking at the whole of the body. And the feet are the foundation, so we do work in the feet as well to get that foundation. So there's a link in my description if you'd like to join an online class. And if you want more details about the belly position and the diaphragmatic breath, I do have a free guide that goes into more detail as well. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you know when my next video comes out.